October was one of the warmest Octobers on record for the city of Columbus.
So what does that tell us about November, when we might see some winter weather? Doppler 10 meteorologist Ross Caruso joins us with some answers.
Looking back at the month of October, it's one that we're not going to be forgetting soon because of just how warm it was. We had 23 days with above average temperatures. Really didn't need the furnace all that much considering we only had a few days where temperatures were below average. We were 7 degrees above average, bringing us an average temperature of 62.2 degrees Fahrenheit, and we had above average precipitation. Fortunately, no snow, but unofficially tied for the third warmest October on record. And you know, I was doing some data diving and I was curious about what happened after these warm Octobers for the month of November. So I pulled up 10 years following the warmest Octobers that we had for November. And interestingly enough, things kind of flipped. We had 7 occasions where we had below average temperatures for the month of November after a warm October. How about snow? We usually average about 0.9 inches of snow in the month of November, and out of these warm Octobers, 8 of the 10 Novembers saw snow after these warm Octobers. 5 of 10 saw above average snow. Now, the Climate Prediction Center is thinking we could be looking at slightly above average conditions as far as temperatures for the month of November. Not only that, leaning towards slightly above average as far as precipitation. But of course, that's for the entire month. This week, certainly if we were to have a couple big systems come to town, we could possibly see that rain-snow mix, but it's just going to be dry and cold for us. And with that, we have many mornings into the low to mid-30s, which means for some of us, we could be looking at some of those frost advisories. But since we're now in November, that's not the case for everyone. Chief Meteorologist Ashley Barrissey has more.
Well, that's right, Ross, and a lot of it has to do with the average day that we typically have a freezing temperature. So take a look at this. This is by the National Weather Service, and the counties that are shaded in blue, the frost freeze program ended today on November 1st. So even if we hit freezing temperatures from here on out, you're not going to see a frost advisory come from the National Weather Service because we're beyond that average date where we typically would hit 32 degrees. Now, for the counties that are shaded in yellow, including Franklin, Pickaway, Ross, Pike counties, that will end November 7th. The average day over at John Glenn Columbus International Airport is October 27th that we hit 32 degrees, but we've had days later on in the year. So you will see all of this lift come November 7th, meaning you won't have any of those advisories for the season from there on out.